Hello everyone, Ziyao on this side. So today hand we are dealing with the genetic basis of inheritance DPP. So let's get started. The first question is, the sexual reproduction brings about polyploidy, aneuploidy, euploidy and genetic recombination. So basically sexual reproduction never brings about like the gain of the chromosome or loss of the chromosome or the proper number of the chromosome. Rather, it always brings about the genetic recombination. The genetic recombination. Please deal with the case. Okay. Now, dealing with the question number second. Genetics is the branch of science which deals with heredity and variation, mutation, only variation and the Mendel's law. So basically it is the branch of science which deals with the study of heredity and variation. Deal with. Now, dealing with the question number 3. The laws of inheritance are the base to the scientific explanation of heredity, variation, eugenics 1 and 2. So basically here the answer will be, it is a scientific explanation of heredity as well as variation. So the answer will be 1 and 2 both. Now, question number 4. During sexual reproduction, characters are transmitted through vegetative cells, gametes, propagules and the clones. So the proper answer here will be, it is the gametes. It is the gametes. Okay, deal with. Now, question number 5. The unit of heredity is, I guess the proper question will be, the basic unit of heredity is chromosome, DNA and RNA, nucleus, gene. So the basic unit of heredity is gene. Okay, deal with. Now, dealing with the question number 6. The most popularized person considered in the field of genetics is Engler, Schwann, Johansen and Mendel. So it is none other than Gregor Johann Mendel. It's none other than Gregor Johann Mendel. Okay, deal with. Now, deal with the question number next. It is the question number 7. It is the question number 7. The example of an animal developed by artificial selection and domestication in the North India is Drosophila, mule, Sahiwal cows and Ongole bulls. So basically in case of the North India, if the question is coming from the North India, it is Sahiwal cows. Okay. So ultimately if the question is coming from the South India, the answer will be somewhat different. We'll be dealing that answer in the next coming questions. Okay. Go for. Now dealing with the question number 8. The entire body of the molecular biology was a consequent development with major contributions from Benzer, Brenner, Nirenberg, and the last one is saying all of the above, that is 1, 2 and 3. Basically all of them have contributed in the field of the molecular biology. Be it Benzer, who was working in the field of mutation and specifically in the deletion portion, and the Brenner and the Nirenberg were working on the genetic codes, or what we call as the codons. Okay, so here answer will be 1, 2 and 3 all. Now question number 9. The process of transmission of parental characters to the offspring is, the process of transmission of parental characters to the offspring is variation, inheritance, Mendelism, hybridization. So the proper answer is, it is the inheritance. It is the inheritance. Deal with. Now, the 10th one. Characteral resemblance among same progeny and also with their parents is possible. The reason is the difference in characters among same progeny is due to. These are two different sentences. The first is a complete sentence that is saying that the all resemblance which among same progeny and their parent is possible because of the inheritance. And what is the reason for the differences in between the same progeny will be called as variation, gene manipulation, and the next options here will be cloning of vectors, lack of alleles. So basically the proper answer for the question number 10 will be It is the variation. It is the variation. Okay, please deal with. Now, going for the next question. That is the question number 11. That is the question number 11 here. Who discovered the basic principles of heredity through experiments on the pea plant? Mendel, Morgan, Hugo de Vries and Correns. So basically it was none other than again the same answer. Gregor Johann Mendel was the one who discovered the basic principles on the heredity through the experiment on the pea plant. Okay, deal with. Now question number 12. Mendel published the result of his studies under the title of Experiments on Animals, Inquiry into Plants, Historia Plantarum, Experiments on Plant Hybridization, or here it has written Experiments on Plant Hybrids. So this is the correct one. Okay, deal with. Now, between 8000 to 1000 before Christ, that is written as BC, humans recognized that cause of variation are found in asexual reproduction, vegetative reproduction, fission and the sexual reproduction. So here the proper answer will be sexual reproduction. It's only because of the sexual reproduction that the variations can be obtained, because the sexual reproduction or the formation of the zygote is a result of the fusion of the male and the female gametes, which are genetically non-identical. Okay, deal with. Now question number 14. Mendel conducted experiments on plant belonging to the family Solanaceae, Fabaceae, Liliaceae, Cucurbitaceae. So basically it was none other than the family called as a Fabaceae. It was the Fabaceae family. Okay, deal with. The Pisum sativum was in the family called as Fabaceae. Now question number 15. Example of an animal developed by the artificial selection and the domestication in Andhra Pradesh. So here it is South India. So the answer will be Ongole bulls. It is Ongole bulls. Okay, go for. Now question number 16. Genotype is genetic composition of species, genetic composition of plastid, genetic composition of germ cell and genetic composition of an individual. So here the proper answer will be, it is the fourth one called as a genetic composition of an individual. Okay, deal with. Now dealing with the 17th number question, that is asking you that alleles of a gene are found in non-homologous chromosome, homologous chromosome, same chromosome, any chromosome. So here the answer is that the alleles are found on the homologous chromosome. It is the homologous chromosomes. Okay, deal with. Now question number 18. The external appearance of an individual is genotype, phenotype, recessive, dominant. So here the proper answer is, it is the phenotype. Okay, is of the same allele is homozygous for the trait, homologous for the trait, heterozygous for the trait, heterologous for the allele. So the answer is, it is homozygous for the trait. Okay, deal with. Now question number 20. The F1 generation is homozygous, heterozygous, recessive, dominant for both the alleles. So basically here the answer is, majority of the time the F1 generation is heterozygous. Majority of the time the F1 generation is heterozygous, or I should say that almost in each and every cross the F1 generation is heterozygous, except for the next question. Dealing with the next question, the answer here will be somewhat different. On inbreeding, the homozygous parents will produce all similar offspring, 25% similar and 75% dissimilar, 75% similar and 25% dissimilar, 50% similar and 50% dissimilar. So here first we should know, like the first thing first we should be knowing about what is the meaning of inbreeding. So inbreeding is nothing but the cross in the same genotype. That is what we call as a self cross. And if I am dealing with the outcross or outbreeding, So in that case, like that will be the cross of two genetically unrelated individuals or two genetically different individual. So if we are dealing with the self cross, so the result will be all similar offsprings will be produced. All similar offsprings will be produced here. Okay, and this is the only exception for the F1 generation. Other than this, all the F1 generation will be heterozygous. Now, question number 22. Organism phenotypically similar but genotypically different are due to heterozygosity, monozygosity, multizygosity and homozygosity. So here answer is, it is the heterozygosity. It is the heterozygosity. Okay, deal with. Now, question number 23. Allele is called. Allele is called. So here a pair of chromosome, a pair of sex chromosome, a pair of gene of contrasting character and a pair of vegetative chromosome. So I'm directly going for the answer. It is the pair of contrasting character, pair of gene of contrasting character is called as allele. Deal with. Now, question number 24. An allelomorph is total number of the gene for a trait, total number of gene on a chromosome, alternative form of a gene, alternative form of a character. So here the answer is alternative form of a gene. Alternative form of a gene. Okay, deal with. It is none other than allelomorph and the allele will be same. Okay, deal with. Now, question number 25. Mendel conducted hybridization experiments on pigeon pea, garden pea, wild pea, sweet pea. It was Pisum sativum, which is having the common name as garden pea. Now, dealing with the question number 26. Here, sexuality of the flowers of pea plant. Staminate, which means like the male flower. Bisexual, which means they have like the male and the female both the parts. Pistillate, which means the female flower. And the last one is saying 1 and 3. So the proper answer for the question number 26 is like the pea plant or the Pisum sativum is having bisexual flowers, which means they will be having stamen as well and they will be having the carpel as well. Okay, deal with. Now, offsprings produced from a cross made between two pure lines is. So here they are asking about two different pure lines, which means both of them will be homozygous for the trait. Now, options are hybrid, mutant, P generation and F2 generation. So here if two different pure lines are being crossed, their offspring will be hybrid for sure. Their offspring will be hybrid for sure. Now, dealing with the next question called as question number 28 here. Which one of the following pair is not of a contrasting character? Tall and dwarf, axial and terminal, green and yellow, round and yellow. So the basic answer here will be it is round and yellow, which is not a contrasting character, because the contrasting character for the round is wrinkled and for the yellow is green. Rest others are contrasting characters of each other. For example, like the first one is the height, that is the tall and the dwarf. The second one is the flower position, that is the axial and the terminal, and the third one is the color, that the green and the yellow. Only the fourth one is the odd man out. Now, question number 29. Inbreeding is also known as, we have already dealt with this question, so I am directly going for the answer. It is called as self-fertilization. This is called as self-fertilization. Okay, deal with. Now, question number 30. In Pisum sativum, the dwarfness of the plant is, dominant, recessive, codominant and incomplete dominant. So the basic answer is it is the recessive. It is the recessive. Deal with. Now, dealing with the question number 31. Mendel selected pea plant for his experiments because it has short life cycle, large number of offspring, self-fertilized conveniently, and 1, 2 and 3, which means all of the above. So the basic answer here will be it is all of the above, because the the pea plant is an annual plant, so it will be having short life cycle. Even it is producing a large number of offspring, so you will be getting the varieties as well. And it has self-fertilization conveniency, so ultimately you can go for like the bisexual flowers are present here. Done. So it will be easy for making the different types of cross, and it is making for like removing the male part, that is called as the emasculation, or somehow like if you are closing the female part with the help of any other supplements, so ultimately you can do those things as well. Now question number 32. Which of the following character is not considered in the pea plant by Mendel? Pod shape, leaf shape, plant height, and the plant pod color. So the proper answer here is it was leaf shape, which was not studied by Mendel. Now one of the most important question, I should say, genes of today's world were Mendel's factors. Directly going for the answer. Genes of today's world were Mendel's factors. Okay, deal with. Now question number 34. Which of the following principle was not proposed by Mendel? Which of the following principle was not proposed by Mendel? Segregation, blending, dominance, independent assortment. So the answer is it was blending inheritance was not explained by Mendel. Okay, deal with. Now question number 35. In Pisum sativum, the dominant character of seed is violet, round, wrinkled, green. So here the proper dominant character in the Pisum sativum is round cotyledons. It is the round cotyledons. Now dealing the question number 36. Number of vegetative characters considered by Mendel in the pea plant. 7, 3, 14, 1. So basically if they are asking about in pairs, so you will be choosing 7 pairs, but they have not asked any proper questions, so ultimately you will be going for 14 characters. You will be going for 14 characters. If they are asking in case of the pairs, then you will be going for 7 pairs. 7 pairs of contrasting characters. Question number 37. A pure tall pea plant is crossed with pure dwarf pea plant, which means capital T is being crossed with a small t. The progeny is self-pollinated, which means the F1 capital T small t is self-crossed, which means like the capital T small t is crossed with capital T small t. The ratio of true breeding tall pea plant to the true breeding dwarf pea plant will be 2:1, 1:1, 3:1, 1:2. The question is asking that the ratio in the F2 of capital T as to small t will be 1:1, and rest 2 will be capital T and the small t. Deal with the question. Okay, you have to understand the question first. Now question number 38. In a cross, 45 tall and 14 dwarf plants were obtained. In a cross, 45 tall and 14 dwarf plants were obtained. The genotype of the parents was, basically first of all you should know, like you have to add both the numbers, like roughly they are coming in the 60 numbers, like the 45 plus 14 is nearly 60. So if you are dividing these by 4, so ultimately you will be getting 15, 15, 15. So here you are getting the ratio of 3:1. Here you are getting the ratio of 3:1, and for having the 3:1 ratio, the genotypes of the parents should be heterozygous. The genotype of the parents should be heterozygous. Then only you will be getting the 3:1 ratio, or what we call as a law of dominance. The law of dominance. Okay, deal with. Now question number 39. The offspring of a cross between two individuals differing in at least one set of character is called as polyploidy, mutant, hybrid, variant. So here the proper answer will be hybrid. The proper answer will be hybrid. Okay, deal with. Now going for the question number 40. F1 hybrids contain two different genes of a contrasting pair of characters, two different genes of a contrasting pair of characters, then two single gene of one character, two genes of the same character, and single gene for all character. So here the proper answer will be two different genes of a contrasting pair of characters. Two different genes of a contrasting pair of characters. Okay, deal with. Now, dealing with the question number 41. What will be the genetic constitution of the offspring of a cross of individuals heterozygous for an allele? What will be the genetic constitution of the offspring of a cross of individuals heterozygous for an allele? Capital Z and small z. That is what we call capital Z and the small z. So you are crossing like capital Z and small z into capital Z and small z. So you will be getting the proper ratio as 1:2, 2:1. And here like the answer is option number 4. That is giving you 1/4 of capital Z small z, 1/2 of the capital Z small z. 1/4 of the capital Z, 1/2 of the capital Z small z, and 1/4 of small z. That is what we call as a ratio of 1:2, 2:1. Now, question number 42. An offspring of two homozygous parents differing from one another by the alleles at only one gene locus is backcross, monohybrid, dihybrid, trihybrid. So basically here the answer will be monohybrid. Okay, deal with. Now question number 43. If the F1 is selved for red color, the genotypic ratio of the offspring would be, it will be 1:2, 2:1, 3:1, 1:1, 9:1. So here the answer will be 1:2, 2:1. The answer will be 1:2, 2:1. Okay, deal with. Now, law of dominance and recessiveness was the result of backcross, incomplete dominance, and dihybrid cross and the monohybrid cross. So basically the law of dominance and recessiveness was the result of monohybrid cross. Law of dominance and recessiveness was the result of monohybrid cross. Please do remember this. Now, so dealing with the question number 45. In reciprocal Mendelian cross, the ratio of offspring will be similar in phenotypic ratio, similar in genotypic ratio, both 1 and 2, different in phenotypic ratio. First of all, we should know about what is the meaning of reciprocal cross. So basically in the reciprocal cross, we will be taking like the male of one character and the female of the other character. So here like he has not worked on the sex chromosome, so ultimately like the reciprocal crosses will be giving you the same result. Even the reciprocal crosses will be giving you the same result. So here the answer will be directly both 1 and 2. Both 1 and 2. Okay, deal with. Now question number 46. The cross between hybrid and its parent. The cross between hybrid and its parent is backcross, reciprocal cross, monohybrid cross, and dihybrid cross. So here the direct answer will be backcross. Now question number 47. Heterozygous tall and dwarf, that is a capital T small t and the small t, these were crossed. The ratio in the offspring shall be all tall, all dwarf, 3 tall and 1 dwarf, 1 tall and 1 dwarf. Basically this is a case of the test cross, and in the case of the test cross both the gametes are separated of the heterozygous. So the capital T will be 1 and the small t will be the 1. So here you are having like the last option, 1 tall and 1 dwarf. Deal with. Now question number 48. Here small t is crossed with capital T small t. What will be the characteristic of offspring? Small t is crossed with the capital T small t. what will be the characteristic of the offspring. So here you will be dealing that the same question like they have asked in other fashion, answer will be 50% recessive and 50% dominant. 50% recessive and 50% dominant, that is what we call as the one tall as to one dwarf. Now question number 49. Question number 49. Test cross is a cross between hybrid and dominant parent, hybrid and recessive parent, hybrid and hybrid, recessive and recessive. So here the answer is, it is the hybrid and the recessive parent. It is the hybrid and the recessive parent. Okay, deal with. Now dealing with the question number 50. What is the process of crossing a recessive phenotype with its own hybrid called? What is the process of crossing a recessive phenotype with its own hybrid called? So here back cross, test cross, reciprocal cross and out cross. So the proper answer is back cross. The crossing of hybrid with the recessive parent is called as back cross. The crossing of hybrid with its recessive parent is called as back cross. And if the genotype of the individual is unknown and you are crossing it with the recessive, that will be called as test cross. Please deal with the difference properly. Both of them are crossing with the recessive, but their proper fashion is different. Now question number 51. In which position female gametes are written on Punnett checkerboard? Female gametes they are asking. Outside the board on upper side, outside the board on the left side, outside the board on the right side, outside the board anywhere. So here the proper answer is outside the board on the left side. Outside the board on the left side. And if they are asking the question about the males, that will be the outside the board on the upper side, which means like the first upper row is called as the male gametes and the first left column is called as the female gametes. Now question number 52. Law of dominance is proved by back cross, incomplete dominance, monohybrid cross and the dihybrid cross. So the proper answer here will be monohybrid cross. The proper answer will be monohybrid cross. Deal with. Now question number 53. The possibilities of genotype combination in the F2 generation can be determined by. The possibility of the genotype combination in F2 generation can be determined by Punnett square, fork line method, multiplying the type of the gametes, 1, 2 and 3 all. So here the proper answer will be 1, 2 and 3 all of the above, because like the fork line method also works very well, even the Punnett square is proper, and if you are multiplying the type of the gamete as well, you will be getting the proper possibility of the genotype combinations. Now question number 54. In which position male gametes are written on Punnett's checkerboard? Again like the same questions, I am directly giving you the answer. Here the answer is outside the board on the upper side. Outside the board on the upper side. Okay, deal with. Now this is the question number 55. Here the characters that appear in the first generation of the pea plant are called. The characters that appear in the first generation of the pea plant are called recessive, dominant, both recessive and blended, and incomplete dominant and incomplete dominant. So the proper answer here will be dominant characters. F1 always gives you showing of phenotypically dominant characters. Okay, deal with. Now question number 56. The appearance of a hidden character in some offspring in F2 generation obeys the law of purity of gamete, dominate, independent assortment and co-dominance. So here the answer will be the purity of the gamete, the law of segregation. The law of segregation. Okay, the property, if the hidden characters are seen in the F2 generation, it is only because of the law of segregation, or the other name is called as purity of gamete. Now question number 57. When one member of a pair of allelic gene expresses itself as a whole, it is the case of one member of a pair of allelic gene expresses itself as a whole, it is the case of dominance, codominance, incomplete dominance, pleomorphism. So the proper answer here will be dominance. The proper answer is dominance. Now 58. Mendel's law of segregation is applicable during formation of gamete, fusion of the gamete, formation of zygote, and the formation of primary endospermic nucleus. So here the proper answer is it is only applicable at the formation of gametes. At the formation of gametes. Only the segregation, okay, deal with. Now, question number 59. When F1 in the monohybrid is crossed, when the F1 in monohybrid is intermediate between the parent phenotypically and does not resemble them, it is due to the, yes, dominance, heterozygous, incomplete dominance, and the recessive. So if the F1 is the intermediate between both the parents, if the F1 is the intermediate between both the parent, it is the result of incomplete dominancy. It is the result of incomplete dominancy. Deal with. Here the same question coming in the link of the last question. Question number 60. The F1 progeny of a cross between pure red and pure white in the dog flower is red, white, pink, yellow. So the answer directly is pink. The parents are red and white, but the offspring is intermediate between them. And maybe you have seen this. If you are mixing red color with the white, you will be getting a new color called as pink. Okay. Dog flower, Antirrhinum species, snapdragon, gulbansi, ratrani, and even 4 o'clock plant, all of them are same. Mirabilis jalapa as well. If any of this name is coming in front of you, just directly go for the answer. It is a case of incomplete dominancy. Okay, go for. Now the ratio of the incomplete dominancy: 1:1:1, 1:2:1, 3:1:1, and 2:1:1. So the proper answer is 1:2, 2:1. Okay, deal with. Now question number 62. In complete dominancy, the phenotypic ratio is, in complete dominancy, the phenotypic ratio is 1:1, 3:1, 1:2:1, and 1:0. So basically they are asking about the question that in complete dominance, the phenotypic and the genotypic, both the ratio are exactly the same. So here the answer will be 1:2:1. In incomplete dominance, both the genotypic and the phenotypic ratio will be same. Both of them will be 1:2:1. Unless, in case of the monohybrid cross, the genotypic ratio will be 1:2:1, whereas the phenotypic ratio will be 3:1, unlike the incomplete dominancy. Deal with. Now, dealing the question number 63. Dealing the question number 63 here. Dominance is mainly depends on the structure of the gene, the product of the gene, phenotype produced by the product, 1, 2 or 3. 1, 2 or 3. So the proper answer here will be, it is the phenotype produced by the product. It is the phenotype produced by the product. Deal with. Now question number 64. The genotype causing wrinkled seed in the pea plant is, first of all we should know, like the wrinkled seed is dominant or recessive. So it is recessive, and if you are dealing with the genotype which is causing the wrinkled seed, it will be like, it should be the homozygous recessive. Now let us search for the option. Capital B, small b, capital B, small b, 1, 2, 3. So basically here the answer will be, it is a small b. Now question number 65. The genotype of seed in pea, phenotypically similar to dominant, but with intermediate size starch grain in the seed is. So if you are dealing with the intermediate one of the allele should be dominant and the other allele should be recessive. Then only you will be having the intermediate size. Small b, capital B, small b, capital B, capital B, small y. So here the proper answer is capital B and the small b. This is the only genotype will be giving you the intermediate size starch grain. Okay, deal with. Now, deal with the question number 66. How many different types of the gamete can be formed by F1 progeny resulting from the small a, small b, small b, small c is crossed with capital A, capital A, capital B, capital B and the capital C. So one thing you should be knowing that there's a formula that you can literally go for the formula. Just write 2 and you just need to count out the like which gametes are differing from each other. So if you are crossing them, you will be getting capital A and the small a, capital B and the small b, capital C and the small c, which means all the gametes are differing from each other. So we'll be just writing here 2 to the power 3. 2 to the power 3. And if you are dealing the 2 to the power 3, the answer will come as 8. The answer will come as 8. Okay, deal with. Now, question number 67. In lentil, the pure breeding spotted seeds bear few small irregular patches, several small circular patches, few small circular patches and few big irregular patches. So basically here the proper answer is few big irregular patches. The pure breeding spotted seeds have few big irregular patches. Now, dealing with the question number 68. The phenomena of a gene responsible for more than one function is. The phenomena of a gene responsible for more than one function is dominance, pleiotropy, incomplete dominance and codominance. So if one gene is responsible for many actions, the phenomenon is called as pleiotropy. If one gene is responsible for many actions, it is pleiotropy. Deal with. Now 69. Seed coat pattern and size in the lentil plants are good example for complete dominance, codominance, incomplete dominance and the dominance. So here the proper answer is it is the codominance. It is the codominance. Okay, deal with. Now question number 70. When parents used in a cross are different in a pair of contrasting character, the cross is called as monohybrid cross, dihybrid cross, trihybrid cross, test cross. They have asked in a pair of contrasting character, which means two different characters they are having. So the answer will be dihybrid cross. So the answer will be dihybrid cross. Now dealing with the question number 71. In pea plant, the progeny of a cross between yellow round and green wrinkled is called monohybrid, trihybrid, dihybrid, nullisomic. So here the answer will be it is the dihybrid. It's one of the simple question I should say. The answer is dihybrid. Okay, deal with. Now question number 72. The phenotype of F1 in dihybrid cross is similar to dominant, similar to recessive, intermediate to parent and dissimilar to the parents. So here the proper answer will be it is similar to the dominant. It is similar to the dominant in the phenotype manner and it will be somehow dissimilar to the both of them in the genotype. Okay, deal with. Now dealing with the question number 73. Which of the following type of the gamete is formed in Mendel's dihybrid cross? Which of the following type of gamete is not formed in the Mendel's dihybrid cross? Capital Y, capital R, capital Y, small y, capital R, small r. So in case of the dihybrid cross, this is not possible. Okay, deal with. Either first like both of the gametes should be having in one case in one single gamete, like one other alphabet and the other alphabet should be there. Phenotypic ratio of F2 in the dihybrid cross. Question number 74 is asking phenotypic ratio of F2 in the dihybrid cross. I should not even give you the options, directly going for the answer 9:3:3:1. Question number 75. The genotypic ratio of dihybrid cross. The genotypic ratio of dihybrid cross is 1:2, 2:2, 2:4, 1:1, 2:2, 1:2, 2:1. Which one is the proper answer? It is the option first. 1:2, 4:1, 1:1. You should be remembering in this fashion. 1:2, 4:1, 1:1. This is a trick I used when I was in my college, and I literally used this to qualify my examination. Okay. Now, this is the next question. This is the question number 76. This is the question number 76. The percentage of gamete with capital Y small r genotype formed from F1. Formed from F1. 50%, 25%, 75%, 100%. So basically the percentage of the gamete with like capital Y and the small r will be, yes, it is 25%. It is 25%. Okay, deal with. Now, the percentage of genotype with capital Y, capital R, small r in the F2 generation, it will be again 25%. It will be again 25%, which means like one dominant and like one recessive, one dominant and one recessive. So ultimately you will be getting the hybrid proper, the 25%. Now, question number 78. Which among the given genotype in the F2 of dihybrid cross represents 6.25%? 6.25%. Small y, capital R, capital R, capital Y, small y, capital R, small r, small y, capital I, small r, capital R, small r, capital Y, capital R, small r. So here the answer is small y, and the capital R, capital R. It is the option number first. This is the one which is representing only 6.25%. Which is representing only 6.25%. Now, 79. A dihybrid condition is small t, capital R, small r, capital T, small r, small r, small t, small r, small r, capital T, small t, capital R, small r. So here the proper answer will be dihybrid condition is one dominant, one recessive, one dominant, one recessive. So here capital T, small t, capital R and the small r. Now dealing with the question number 80. Gametes of capital A, capital B, small b individuals can be. So here you will be having all the types of the gamete. I am directly going for the answer. Capital A, capital B, capital A, small b, small a, capital B and the small a, small b. Now, dealing with the question number 81. Mendel's laws based on the result of dihybrid cross is segregation, polygenic inheritance, independent assortment, dominance. So here what will be the answer? It is a law of independent assortment. It is a law of independent assortment which is based on the dihybrid cross. Okay, deal with. Now, question number 82. Mendel's laws of independent assortment can be demonstrated by test cross, back cross, monohybrid cross, dihybrid cross. So here the proper answer will be, it is dihybrid cross, just like the last question. Dihybrid cross. Okay, deal with. Now, question number 83. In the F2 generation of dihybrid cross, number of double dominant homozygous individuals are 1, 2, 3, 4. So the double dominant is only 1. Double dominant is 1, even the double recessive is 1, and rest all are hybrids. Rest 14 are hybrids. Only first row, first column is double dominant, and the last row, last column is double recessive. Rest 14 different options are hybrids. Okay, one way or the other. Question number 84. In F2 generation of dihybrid cross, what is the possibility for heterozygosity for two characters? What is the possibility for heterozygosity for two characters? 1/16, 8/16, 4/16, 9/16. So here the answer will be, it is the 4 by 16. It is the 4 by 16. The possibility for heterozygosity for 2 characters. Okay, deal with. Now that slant line in the Punnett square, if you are observing the complete Punnett square, just make a slant line, oblique line, and you will be coming under 4 different options, and all of them will be having proper heterozygous nature. Okay. Now question number 85. In a cross, offspring were 25% yellow round, 25% yellow wrinkled, 25% green round, and the 25% green wrinkled. Of which cross these results were obtained? Of which cross these results were obtained? Capital Y, capital Y, capital R, all dominant and all recessive. The second one is the heterozygous dominant, like the heterozygous dominant, and the self cross. And here like you are having heterozygous dominant and recessive, and you are having heterozygous dominant and recessive. So here, if I will be going for the proper answer, it is the option number 4. This is option number 4. This is what we call as the law of segregation. All of them will be coming in the same ratio because they have been crossed with complete recessive. With complete recessive, or what we call as the test cross. So all these 4 gametes will be separated, segregated, and all of the 4 will be expressed in the next generation. That is the yellow rounded as well, yellow wrinkled as well, green rounded as well, and green wrinkled as well. Okay, deal with all of them in 1:1:1:1:1 ratio. Now question number 86. How many types and in what ratio gametes will be formed in a plant which is heterozygous for 2 characters? 4 types, 2 types, 3 types, 4 types, and different 9:3, 3:3, 3:1, 3:1, 1:2, 2:1, 1:1, 1:1, 1. So here the proper answer will be 4 types, but 1:2, 1:2, 1:1 ratio. Okay, deal with. Now dealing the question number 87. In a typical dihybrid cross, in pea plant with capital T, small a, and small t, capital A, 560 pea plants are formed in the F2 generation. The expected number of progeny homozygous for only tallness is. So here the answer is 280, 60, 120 and 140. So ultimately what you will be dealing, you will be just dividing the 560 by 16, and whatever the you are having the answer, you will be just going for how many will be there having the homozygous for only tallness, which means like the capital T and the capital T only, regardless of capital A and the small a. So here you will be having the answer is 140. The answer is 140. Deal with. Now question number 88. When 2 hybrids small r and the capital T small t r and capital R small r and the small t are crossed, the phenotypic ratio of the offspring shall be 3:1, 1:1, 1:1, 1:1, 9:2, 3:2, 3:1. So here the proper answer will be 1:1, 1:1. Okay, deal with. Now because only one character in the first and the other character in the second is dominant, and both of them are not dominant for both the characters. Okay, deal with. Now question number 89. Mendel's work remained unrecognized for many years because the shortage of easy publicity in Mendel's days. Biologists of the day did not accept Mendel's explanation as the cause of continuous variation. Mendel could not provide for the physical existence of his factors controlling the trait 1, 2 and 3. So my answer will be all of the above. Okay, deal with. Now the last question. Mendel's laws were rediscovered by Sutton and Boveri, T.H. Morgan and Bridges, Waldeyer and Hofmeister, De Vries, Correns and Schemark. So the proper answer is Hugo De Vries, Karl Correns and Erich von Schemark. Okay, please do remember this question as well. Hopefully this session has been beneficial for you. Thank you guys. Thank you very much for your so much support. Thank you.